Today I will show you the solutions of few problems from my book Bunyad Ganit English version and Prastuti 2025. In this book also I am involved, and these books are framed as per latest circular and sample of questions. Okay. Now this is the first question for you. This question came in SSLC examination, that is metric examination 2024. So you see in this question given, if alpha and beta are the zeros of x squared plus bx plus c, then show that alpha by beta is a zero of cx squared minus bracket b squared minus 2c bracket closed multiply x plus c. Okay, alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial. Okay, now let us solve. Solution. Since alpha and beta are the zeros of x squared plus bx plus c, therefore alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a is 1 here, so b, and alpha beta is equal to c by a, that is a1, so c. You see, in my last video I discussed the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the variable. Okay, so once more I am just showing this one, the relation. So if alpha and beta are the zeros of this polynomial, this relation is alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and alpha multiply beta is equal to c by a. This is the relation between the zeros and the coefficients of the polynomial. So here this relation I have used. Okay, and what we have to show? Alpha by beta is also a zero of this, na, cx squared minus b squared minus 2cx plus c. Okay, we have to prove that alpha by beta is also a zero of this. Okay, so what you will do, you see, c is equal to what we have got, alpha beta, you write alpha beta, and b is equal to what we have got, that is b is equal to, you are getting, okay, b you take to this side, and alpha plus beta you take to this side. So b is equal to what you are getting, b is equal to, you are getting minus alpha plus beta whole square. C is equal to what you are getting, alpha beta x, and c is equal to alpha beta. And now you see alpha beta x squared minus alpha plus beta whole square minus alpha beta x plus alpha beta. So it is alpha beta x squared. This formula is what? Alpha square plus beta square x. If you break a plus b whole square, you break, then also you will get this. Otherwise a plus b whole square minus twice b formula, a square plus b square. And now alpha beta x squared minus alpha square x minus beta square x plus alpha beta, and from this 2 you take common alpha x, then what you will get, beta x minus alpha, and here from what you will take common, b, then what you will get, beta x minus alpha. So ultimately what you are getting, beta x minus alpha you take common, and alpha x minus beta. And now if I put x is equal to, that is, it is a 0 of this we have to prove so x value you just put alpha by beta, and if result is 0, that is this is equal to 0 for putting this one x value this one then it must be a 0 of this so let me see. I am coming here. Now you see beta x value you are putting alpha by beta, and this is alpha, and here if you want to put, and if you don't put then also it does not matter. So you see beta cancel, you are getting alpha minus alpha and alpha square minus by beta minus beta. So ultimately alpha minus alpha 0, 0 multiplied by 0. So for putting, here you write putting x is equal to alpha by beta, that is x is equal to, here you write, here I have put putting x is equal to alpha by beta. So x is equal to alpha by beta I put, and result we have got 0. There is ultimately this value is 0 for x is equal to alpha by beta. Therefore alpha by beta is a 0 of cx squared minus b square minus 2cx plus c. Okay, so our problem is over. You will write shown, show then shown, prove then proved. So our this problem has been solved. I think you have already understood, you have already comprehended. Now you see one more problem. For what value or values of m, the zeros of the polynomial, okay, for what values what values of m, the zeros of the polynomial 4x squared minus mx plus 3 are equal. Okay. So our polynomial is here 4x squared minus mx plus 3. So if you compare this polynomial with the standard quadratic polynomial, this is a quadratic polynomial, this degree is 2. So if I compare this with the standard quadratic polynomial, then we will get here a is equal to, in lieu of a you are getting 4, b is equal to minus m, c is equal to 3. This polynomial solution, this polynomial will have equal zeros if b squared minus 4 is equal to 0. This quadratic polynomial, the standard quadratic polynomial will have equal zeros if b squared minus 4 is equal to 0. For equal zeros we have b squared minus 4 is equal to 0. You have to remember this one. Okay, you have to remember this one. In my last class, I discussed this one. So b is equal to what? Minus m. A is equal to what? 4. C is equal to 3, 0. So it is m squared and 4 4 4 3 na 4 4 3 minus you take to this side, so m plus minus root over 4 4 3 multiplication. So m is equal to, you are getting plus minus 2 4, there is 1 4 comes out of radical sign, this is called radical sign. So answer is this one. Okay, so you have understood, I think. Very easy. Now one more problem, you see, these problems are from these two books. Okay, the graph of a quadratic polynomial is concave downward and it intersects x-axis at 3, 0 and 4, 0. Find the polynomial. Okay. The graph is concave downward. So graph is concave downward means like this. Okay, like this downward, and it intersects. Now it intersects. You see, the graph intersects. The graph of the polynomial intersects x-axis at 3, 0, this point, and 4, 0. Now, find the polynomial. Okay, concave downward. Since concave downward, so it is a quadratic polynomial. It must be a quadratic polynomial because it intersects the x-axis at 2 points. So if the quadratic, in case of quadratic polynomial, if the graph is concave downward, then a must be less than 0. That is, a must be negative. Okay, so you see, solution of question number 3. So you see, at 3, 0, 4, 0, so clearly 3 and 4 are the zeros of the polynomial. Okay, x values are the polynomials. Okay, x values are the zeros of the polynomial. So clearly 3 and 4 are the zeros of the polynomial. Therefore, the polynomial is equal to, you see, polynomial formula, you know, x squared minus sum of zeros multiply x plus product of zeros. And since it is concave downward, so x value must be negative. So to give minus, this polynomial should be within a bracket, and before this minus sign should be given. Okay, so x squared minus 7x plus 12. So ultimately the polynomial is minus x squared plus 7x minus 12. So this is our polynomial. Okay, this is our polynomial, minus x squared plus 7x minus 12. Okay, now one more question from these two books. Okay, you see, the figure shows, this is the figure shows the root of a curve. The polynomial representing the curve OPQ is h of t, h within bracket t, is equal to minus 16t square plus 8t. What is the maximum height of the curve from x-axis when moving along the section OPQ? Now, the curve is moving in this route. So this section, in this section, while the curve was going along this section, then what will be the maximum height of the curve from x-axis? Okay, now you will see. So So the graph is shown like this. You don't require to draw the graph in the examination, okay? Just for your understanding, I am showing you the graph here. So this is O, this is P, this is Q. Now, so the polynomial representing this curve, this curve is given here, h of t minus is equal to 60 square plus 80. H means height. Height is dependent on time. So h of t we are giving. H of t is equal to this. Okay. So we have to get what is the maximum height of the car when it was going along this path. So from this figure, obviously this will be the maximum height. So what is the value of this? We'll find out. So first time you see, you will get the zeros. You have to get the zeros, these two zeros. This curve intersects x-axis at this point, so we will get two zeros. So what are those zeros? To get these zeros, to get this zero, this polynomial should be equal to 0. To get zeros, we write, what we will write? 16t square plus 80 is equal to 0, and now you take common minus 8 it. 2t minus 1 equal to 0, that is t, 2t minus 1 is equal to 0 by minus 8. So t, 2t minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, either t is equal to 0 or 2t minus 1 is equal to 0, that is 2t is equal to 1, t is equal to half. So we are getting this 1 0 is, this is 0, another is half. So what is the mid value of 0 and half? Mid value will come here. So what is the mid value of this? That is the mid value of 0 and half is equal to 0 plus half by 2. That is ultimately what we will get, 1 by 4. So the 1 by 4. And for this value, what will be the value of this? What will be the value of this? You see, actually this point what? 0, x value 0, y value also 0, so it is intersecting at this point. Again x value what we are getting? X value half. For x value half, for x value half, this one, this point, y value is also 0. That is this point, x value half, and height, no height, so y value is also 0. So ultimately this curve intersects x-axis at 2 points, 0, 0 and half, 0. Okay. Now you are getting 1 by 4. So actually let y is equal to minus 16 t square plus 8. 16 t square plus 8, this one. This one is equal to y. So if t, this is the t value, the mid value of 0 and half. 0 is the t value, half t value. So this is also t value. So for t is equal to 1 by 4, what we are getting? Minus 1. This is 2. This is what we are getting? 1. What we are getting? 1. 1 by 4 square 16. Cancelling 1. So height will be what? Height will be 1 unit. Okay. For your clearance, you see, zeros we are getting zeros, 0 and half. These are the zeros. So what will be the points at which the curve intersect the x-axis? So these zeros are the values of x. So what will be the y value? Na? So if I put if I put t equal to 0 in this polynomial, 16 minus 16 t square plus 8, you will get the value of y. So if you put 0, then you will get y value 0. Na? And if I put t is equal to half, then also you will get y value 0. Na? That is, we are getting values of y, na, by putting the values of x. And you see, mid value of 0 and half is equal to 1 by 4 is nothing but the x values. Na? This is the x values. And what will be the y value? What will be the y value? Na? Y value will be toward this side or toward this side. To get the y value, na, this value you put in this polynomial, because you see y is equal to this actually. So I am putting t is equal to 1 by 4 and ultimately y value we are getting 1. So for 1 by, this point is actually what? 1 by 4 1. Na? 1 by 4, here to here 1 by 4, and y value is 1. Now when we draw the graph, na, then x value and y value both are needed. Na? So 1 by 4 and it is 1. Na? So ultimately this point you will get. Na? This point you will get, and you see it is the midpoint of this. So this height is the maximum height. Okay. So you see this is the y value, this is the y value. Na? This height is the y value. So 1 you are getting. So the height is maximum height is 1 unit. Okay. Okay, I will bring to you other convoluted problems. Na? You keep on watching my videos. Okay, God bless you.